What's good, Joe? It's your boy Tony. That's Savant. We live again, man. With my brother in this sports media industry. Marlon, he knows basketball and boxing.
Yo, yo, yo.
To my boy, shout out to my boy Jeremy the J. I was gonna ask, man, is Jay gonna be able to pull up? I bet
Man,
this
I
is
asked him, man. I asked him, man, you know Jeremy, man. You know Jeremy the gent, man. You know he always got something going on, man. So he wasn't able to get away.
hey, that's all right. That's the David Ruffin, man. When he pull up, you know it's gonna be a classic album.
Yeah.
Pull up with
That's
you
the
for
that's the that's the busy bone of the group. You know what I'm saying? We see
right,
it, we
right.
always got to explain where he at.
Hey, that's all right, man. That's all right. And we're gonna hold it down for him, bro. But we got a lot of some interesting stuff to talk about. To get to the people. We've been out of commission for these last. I say what we've been out of work with 2 weeks. Been off work for a couple weeks.
uh, it's been a couple of weeks. Has it been that long? Has it been that long? I think the last time was the same day. I remember that it was the same day of the Anthony Joshua fight. So I think it's been probably about 2 weeks. Yeah, you're right. About 2 weeks.
Yeah, and that's all right. So just give more build up for the next conversation. We've got a lot to talk about. First thing to get into, man. Uh, my brother here, man, he made a video recently, very informative. We can get into the recent topic or the recent headline of Steph Curry, you know, putting himself into the conversation of possibly being the greatest point guard to ever do it. Uh, and y'all should go check out my boy Marlow, his video on this one, because he got into his bag on that one, man. But y'all know me, Steph Curry is my GOAT, and I don't want to go as hard as the LeBron stands, big bro. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta defend my boy. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go as far as to say that I think the
I didn't
reason.
diss him. I didn't diss him.
No, and that's why I say I wanted to do the proper uh, marketing for you. As far as your video, it's very informative, especially if somebody. I think it's a case of errors when you're
Yeah.
getting taken. I'm not gonna spoil. I'm not gonna get too much spoiled on the video because I want people to actually go check out the video. Don't be lazy, y'all. But as far as what my big bro get into it, the overall gist is he felt like Steph Curry ain't did enough. It's more so about a resume issue. If I'm getting it right,
Yeah,
like from
yeah, that's you got it. You got it.
so I'm gonna ask you this though because I got to challenge that. My first question. And let's open up the show because I think this is one of the first topics where we probably on polar opposites about what I'm saying the particular outcome of the tape, if you will. If it's about resumes, big bro, just in a matter of consistency, how can you say LeBron is the second best player of all time? Because his resume, I mean, we could challenge his resume with a number of resumes, including Magic Johnson. So if Steph Curry is discounted
Can
because
you?
of, can I ask how does resumes if they in account for who's the greatest of what and the best to ever do it?
Hey, you opening Pandora's box. So
Yeah,
I gotta answer that question with a question. So you're saying that you could question LeBron's resume with Magic's resume? You really think that you can question LeBron's with Magic's?
I think when somebody has 6 losses on their resume, we can't just sit around at the table when we having a discussion and act like those 6 losses didn't happen. Especially when two of them are historic, and especially when another two of them, not the same two, another two of them are sweeps. So, and when we looking at Magic resume, not just to bring it back into Magic and Steph,
Uh-huh.
because you looking at the resumes. Yeah, Magic got. I don't know Magic resume. Off heart. I know he got 5 rings. What,
Hmm.
3 MVPs?
Yeah. Yep.
Um,
Okay.
a couple. And we always gonna remember Magic for
Three
coming.
finals MVPs. Three
As
goals.
but I gotta ask that question. Big bro. I'm saying you can challenge LeBron's resume with Magic Johnson's resume. I am saying that, and I stand on that take. But I'm asking you were putting resumes into account. Don't 6 losses got to come into account? I mean, as far as the
Yeah.
greatness.
um I don't really look at the losses so much as I look at the wins. I like if even if you like listen to me talk about like even like in our debates when we talk about um Jordan versus LeBron, I really don't bring up the and I know a lot of people say that the 4-6 or whatever his record is in the final or the and versus 6-0. I really don't bring that up. My thing is 4-6. It's just 4-6. You got 4 rings. He got 6 rings. I'm not bringing up how many times you went to the final. I mean, going because to me, going to the finals is the second best thing to winning a championship. So if you went to the finals 10 times, that's actually a good thing, even if you did only win 4. I'd rather go to the finals 10 times and win 4 than go to the finals 4 times and win 4.
I understand.
Because that means that means all of those other times that you got 4 rings, but all those other times you ain't make it to the finals. That means you lost before you got to the finals.
True, but respectfully, sometimes okay, I respect that you get that accolade, but then I gotta ask you: once you get there, is one thing, and if you have a historic performance and you still get smoked, hey, you know what I mean? You had a good performance, but
Mhm.
isn't how you lost or how you won and something that we got to account for? I
Yeah,
mean,
a lot of times it really is, but I mean, look at the way he lost in 2015. I mean, he put up historical numbers. He lost both his first and second best teammate and put up historical numbers and pushed the Golden State Warriors to 6 games. And that was kind of something that I used against him when he said that that was the greatest team ever assembled. He beat the greatest team ever assembled. No, it was not the greatest team ever assembled. That's the
right.
same team that you took to 6 games the year prior without Kyrie and Kevin Love. 27 points per game, Kyrie, and you still took them to 7 games. You didn't take the Spurs to 7 games when you was
Mm,
by yourself. You got swept.
right.
So the Warriors with Kevin Durant are probably the best constructed team. With Kevin Durant. Without Kevin Durant, eh, I mean they're good. They were a good team, but I wouldn't put them in the top. I don't even think I put them in the top 10 best constructed teams without Kevin Durant. With Kevin Durant, they probably top 2. Without Kevin Durant, they not top 10. They not top 10 to me. I
Well,
put I would probably put there's a couple teams that didn't win championships that might be over them because they ran into Jordan like Stockton and Malone. I
hmm
would probably put them over that the Clay Thompson and Draymond Green and Stephen Curry. Whereas I mean they if they not over them they it's close. It ain't no wash. I don't think.
yeah. Well, well, that was kind of like an appetizer, as far as what I was, talking about resumes. And then we could get into teams and the symbols because I think that's always funny, especially when you count for free agency. So, but just to get into the main course, I would say that Steph Curry's resume is just as I would say I would have to give resume a nod to Magic. Of course, you have to resume wise,
Yeah, it's
but
like it's
also
yeah.
I'm also gonna say that Magic is 6'9" and can do it. He can be more, I should say, productive on the court. But I would argue that at 6'2", for what the stuff that Steph Curry does, uh, he has more value. And when you equate those dudes, even on your video, I made a comment. I was like, I feel like when we looking at Steph Curry's resume, yeah, he gonna look a little pedestrian, but the
Yeah.
advantage that me, you, and a lot of the current content creators that's in our prime, you know what I mean, big bro, we finna be in our prime the next 35 years. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be controlling the narratives. I think that we have to sit here and say, I mean, I'm just saying respectfully, we got to see Steph Curry do what he do, and that's why I say as far as Magic, I sound a little biased because I didn't get to watch him, do what he do. I only got to see the games I got available to me on archives and YouTube and all that kind of stuff.
I
And
didn't either.
but uh, but I'm just saying, as far as watching what Steph Curry has done in the era that he has done it in, I say he holds more value, and for that reason, I would give him a nod over Magic. Also, and I don't mean to go on a rant, bro. I just want you to take into account for this too. The team that Magic Johnson was uh, drafted on,
Drafted too. Yeah,
it's a dynasty. They making a movie about
yeah.
these right now. The
Because of
team,
him.
huh?
Because of him.
I mean, partially. You got to say it was more because Genie, well, no, not Genie Bus. What Big
Jerry
Bus?
Buss.
Jerry Bus's box office. He was a character as far
Yeah,
as a character
yeah,
is
yeah. He was.
just like we could go. I don't know the dude. I don't know baseball like the back of my hand, but we all know the old Yankees dude. You know what I'm saying? He owned the team for the longest. They called him the boss. I think Steiner or something. George Steiner. I'm getting off
Yeah.
touch. But the whole thing I'm saying is that the team that Magic Johnson came into was ready to win. You know what I mean? And Magic Johnson was the perfect piece and leader to take them. The team that my boy got drafted onto, bro. I say it's if you're talking about apples to apples, Steph Curry got drafted to a team, the same kind of team that Michael Jordan got drafted onto in 1984, bro. Just as far as the organization and shambles, you know what I mean, and kid getting coming up there. So that's why I say, do you take? Would you say is the uh,
Yeah, I mean, but
to
if
account?
I understand, yeah, no, I definitely take that into account. But you gotta look at where each player took the team. When Magic got drafted to the Lakers, they won 47 games. They were 47-35 the previous season. They were eliminated in the second round. When Magic got drafted there, they instantly became the best team in the league and won the championship instantly. And he took them from 47 win team, second round exit to a championship team that quick. When Stephen Curry got drafted to the Warriors, I think they won like 20 before the season before they probably won like 28, 29 games, something like that. But uh, after drafting Stephen Curry, they still didn't make the playoffs for the first 3 years. First two, I don't know if it was 3 years. I think it was 2 or 3 years, something like that. But it
Yeah.
took them a while to even make the playoffs. So I mean, you can compare where Curry lifted them to, but when Curry started lifting them, you before Curry got them there, like you saw Klay Thompson emerging, you saw Draymond Green emerging.
Whoa,
You know what
whoa,
I'm
whoa.
saying? They still had David Lee, who was at least a top 10 power forward. It
Well,
wasn't like he, you know,
I I
oh,
gotta
go ahead.
remind I gotta remind you, big bro, because I even forgot this, man. I did forget this. Curry was on the map as a rookie, man. He set the rookie. He right now has the record for the most threes as a rookie with all the three. And this is another thing. Curry got so many random records. That we always if I'll give all these dudes accolades and what I'm saying credit. It's like Curry got so many random records that we can honestly say may never be broken because who's gonna shoot this volume of threes with the amount of accuracy for 15 years? You know what I mean? Like, he's been doing it since his
Oh
rookie
yeah,
year.
he's the greatest 3-point shooter of all time. Nobody's gonna ever dispute that.
But I'm
He's the
saying as
greatest
far as what
when
what
it
has
comes to
come,
that aspect.
Klay Thompson and Draymond Green, I would argue will not be who they are, what I'm saying, as far as the kind of guys that they are right now. Klay Thompson will be what's my boy Herter on the Kings. I think that's what Klay
Nah, you trying to
Klay
play my
Thompson
boy
has
Clay.
without the chef, bro.
Yeah,
Draymond,
you trying to play him.
no, and I love Klay, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. I love Klay, but we seen Klay. If I seen Klay play, we seen Klay play without Steph. Steph injured, out of amount of games, whatever. Klay don't play differently without Steph. He
He's
still
had
needs.
50-point games without Steph.
Yeah, with like with 8 dribbles, and I'm not knocking that, but Clay gonna still need somebody to feed him, somebody to else to do the work. Clay just get hot. He a volume shooter like James Harden. Clay not like he ain't gonna go for 50 or he ain't gonna go for 40, for 30 nights straight like Kobe. What I'm saying? Kobe was a volume shooter too, but
Ain't
Kobe.
nobody gonna do that
That's
except
what
Jordan, maybe.
and that's what I'm saying. We hold Clay. We give Clay a little bit more credit on
Yeah,
some.
but you can't compare him to Kobe's 40. Yeah, that's you getting a little out of line with you that's you
I'm
making the expectations too high.
I'm saying no, as far as the category of volume shooters, James Harden,
Okay.
Kobe Bryant, Kyrie, we know the names, and I'm not now.
Yeah.
That's just a category in itself, and we savants, big bro. I'm talking on two different levels as far as okay, we're looking at the volume shooters, and although Kobe is a volume shooter and James Harden a volume shooter, me and you know these are two different class of players. You know what I'm saying? Just because they
Oh,
got
yeah.
that commonality that don't make them the same kind of player. And I feel like Clay is in that same class as far as a volume shooter, but the kind of player that Clay is, he needs a Steph in order to because Clay gonna shoot all day. We just seen in the Western Conference final or semis, he gonna keep shooting that bitch whether he hitting it or not.
I mean, when he just post injury, he ain't really the same as he was.
I remember Clay having these
Um,
kind of things before the injury though, and not that I'm not trying to give Steph too many flowers because it wasn't always Steph that saved him. It'd be some random Barbosa,
we
put up
no, we
20.
were- we always gonna remember Game 6 of the OKC and Warrior. If it wasn't for Klay Thompson, that 73-9 team that lost to LeBron in the finals wouldn't have faced LeBron in the finals. They would have lost to Russell Westbrook and KD if it wasn't for Klay Thompson going off like that.
Yeah, bro, but that was 10 years ago. I mean, I'm not knocking. I
I'm just saying that
we was
was that was the last year. That was their last. I mean, they only had really 2 elite years without Kevin Durant. So that was before they came back in 2022. They came back in 2022, put it back together. But previously to that, they had 2015, 2016. 2016 would have ended in the Western Conference Finals. They would have lost to the Thunder if it wasn't for Klay Thompson doing what he did. And I watched every second of that game, pissed off because I had money on the Thunder, and this fool Klay Thompson was making everything. They had 3 people on him, and he still was making everything, everything, pulling up from wherever he caught it, wherever he was able to get the ball, he was pulling up, and it was going in,
and
and
this
it
is
wasn't nothing he could do.
why we love Clay. Let's be 100. Clay would have one of these kind of games if he was playing on the Charlotte Hornets. You know what I'm saying? He would put up a
That's
game
what
like
I'm saying. He could have did that game like the way I've seen Klay Thompson when he gets hot like that. He could do that for any team. It don't matter who on the team. He'll do it for the freaking Orlando Magic.
but would he be doing it at a championship clip? With
Nah,
Clay,
nah, they wouldn't be winning championships. Obviously, yeah.
and this
But
is why
you gotta look at the all around thing. I mean, of course, Curry is the biggest reason why they're winning. Then you got Clay, but then you gotta look at the fact that the Warriors during their best years, they were always a top 3 defense. That wasn't because of Stephen Curry. That was because of
whoa,
Draymond Green mostly.
whoa, Steph has been a top 10 steals leader for majority of his
That
career.
don't matter. That don't
And
matter.
it's not look, and it's not a matter of because this is what I'm saying as far as that goes. Allen Iverson was the same kind of
Exactly.
defender that Steph Curry is. He wasn't no up,
A bad defender.
and not even the bag, but he just knew they were both of them are excellent at playing lanes. Steph can
Uh,
rip you. Steph can rip you if you like a Jason Tatum or a Kawhi Leonard. The taller dudes, he can't do nothing with Trey Young, James Harden, Dame. He can't do nothing with them dudes. They shake him out his boots every time. Of course,
but you
Kyrie.
know what? But you know why the Allen Iversons and Stephen Currys and even Magic Johnson was a trash defender. He was just as bad as them two. You know why they were
Work
great at getting steals?
because no,
No,
because it's
be-
schematic.
no, because they always were matched up with the worst offensive player on the court.
That's
So
not
the,
true.
the so the bet so when they play in the opposing team, they're guarding the worst offensive player on the court. The least offensive threat is who Magic, Steph, and Iverson were guarding. So they have the ability to roam because they don't have to worry about their man scoring.
Okay, but even in that case, Magic ain't never led the league in steals. I don't even think Magic has ever.
What?
Did he ever lead the
Magic
league?
led the league in steals 3 times.
Okay, I was captain. I didn't even do no research. I was captain. My fault. But he's still not. I'm still not giving. I'm still giving Steph the edge defensively, and I'm only saying off the.
No, they're both bad. I would say they neck and neck. They both terrible.
I can't say Steph terrible though, bro. Because if he's terrible, the only reason why Steph is terrible because he's playing in the era, the golden era, mind you, of combo guards. Like ain't none of these fools pure point guards no more, and that's another argument that I had to make. Steph Curry is a so like okay, Magic Johnson ain't even the best version of Magic Johnson. The best version of a Magic Johnson is LeBron James. You know what I mean? As far as that pass first, all that kind of model of player. The best version of the combo guards was Allen Iverson until Steph Curry pulled up. You know what I'm saying? What predated LeBron was
Combo.
what predated Jordan was Dr. J. What predated Curry was AI. And so
Hold on. What do you mean by combo guards? What does that mean exactly?
well, I'm saying the era of the point guard, the pure point guard, has been over. It died with Jason Kidd, Steve Kerr. I mean, it's still like Steve Kerr, Steve Nash. They era because we've seen that you can be a 10 assists, 11, 12 assist guy, but that's gonna work against you in the playoffs because everybody's gonna beam on you. And now those dudes that's used to just sitting on the perimeter waiting on threes, you know, what I'm saying? They
You said
can't.
it died with Steve Nash. What about Chris Paul?
Chris Paul ain't won. Chris Paul is a pure point guard and ain't won nothing because the era of the pure point
Steve
guard
Nash didn't
is
he?
long gone. It died before Allen Iverson killed the era of the pure point guard, bro. Honestly, it was like
Allen Iverson was never officially a point guard. Allen Iverson, if you go back and look at those Sixers games with Allen Iverson, he was always a shooting guard. Like and he matched up like that. Eric Snow was the point guard.
getting still. I mean, okay, we could give him that. It's still the whole era of the guard, the point guard. It died around that time because Allen Iverson wasn't the only one. You got Darren Williams. You got uh uh.
Darren Williams wasn't a point guard?
No, he a point guard, but he was more of a combo guard. He more was in that era with first combo guard. Chris Paul
He was
was
a point guard. He was a
was
point guard.
Aaron Wills was an 8 to 10 assist guy, what I'm saying? But he also could give you 30, you know what I mean? Like
Well, I
on
mean,
some
you don't have to. You don't. I don't think you have to be an 8 to 10 assist guy to be a true point guard. I mean, you just have to run the offense. I mean, you just have to be the one. Derek Fisher was a point guard. He ain't average no. He ain't average. He never averaged more than 4 assists. But he was the point guard though.
so my argument for you is this then as far as all this knowledge we talking about right now. Steph Curry is the best version of all these dudes because he can be a facilitator. We've seen him be a facilitator before. He even did it. He averaged a triple double just in the Western, if not a triple double, damn near a triple double in the Western when they just got eliminated. But the thing about Steph Curry is that he can hit a bomb too. Like if I can sit here and shoot 10 threes and hit them, hit them all, why not add that element to the team? Because, like I said, the experiment of the pure facilitator, those dudes ain't gonna always be championship guys. I mean, unless they're the fourth or fifth option like Jason Kidd was on the Mavericks. But you're not winning the championship as a 10 assist dude leading the team. You know what I mean? That era, and if you was, that era has been long gone. Steph Curry has the advantage of being able to facilitate when necessary, but in this era of LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Carmelo Anthony, all these fools 6'10" and up shooting threes too, and they putting.
Mhm.
I got to,
Chris Paul almost did it in 2021. He was leading the league in assists that year. He almost won the championship.
but that's the thing. Almost don't count because what won out a 50 point burger from Giannis. That's what we remember from that whole series. We don't remember Chris Paul's fat
Giannis
face
is a beast, and it
facility.
wasn't just the fit. It wasn't just the 50 points from Giannis. Giannis was a defensive nightmare for them as well. He
Giannis
was
was
stop. He was stopping. He was stopping them from. He was stopping them from. Like everything was coming to the paint. Giannis had a. If he wasn't blocking a shot, he was making people change their shots.
honestly, bro. Excuse me. I was choking on a little Gatorade. Honestly, that was the third best Giannis's 2021 run. And I almost said third best finals run behind the Michael Jordan, the three-peat I got to see.
It was
You know,
up there.
I'm
It
saying.
was up there. I thought Dwayne Wade's was pretty far up there too in
I mean,
2006.
Dwayne Wade is number two. That's why I say Jordan's runs was like just one big conglomerate to me. I was a shorty. I ain't really understand the game, but that was the best as far as what I remember from that my first memories. The second best run, just being glued to the TV as a youngster, was Dwayne Wade. You know what I mean? But number three, I gotta say is Giannis run because
Yeah.
as much as I love to say Dirk run. Dirk was like, he only really got hot during the finals. And not even say hot. It was just a
Nah,
team
he
thing.
was he was hot. He was hot in the playoffs, but I think the people point out Dirks because just the fact that he was the only All Star on the Mavericks and he was going up against a super team with three franchise players.
Not facts. That's what made that run so classic, and they got the job done too. You know what I'm saying? In fantastic fashion. But no. Let's keep it on the main course, big bro, because I gotta say, I want to jump into the next topic.
Oh yeah, hold on, wait. I had to add that in there too, because like I said, man, when it comes to like Stephen Curry versus Magic, man, Stephen Curry would be able to compare himself to Magic, but he'd have to do like some type of Super Saiyan fusion. You know how Trunks and Goten used to do that, or Goku and Vegeta. He would have to fuse with Dirk Nowitzki, and his resume would have to merge with Dirk Nowitzki's, and that's the only way that it would compare to Magic's. Then he have to fight. You know how they had to fuse together on Dragon Ball Z to fight a big like Cell or Freezer or somebody like that. That's
Yeah,
what Stephen Curry would have to do with Dirk Nowitzki to fight Magic.
I mean that's fair. I would say that's fair, but then it's just like that don't really. It's not consistent with. I got LeBron James as my second best player because his resume is trash. Like
Hold on,
I
wait. Oh, oh yeah. So before we go to the next one, how I need you to explain this to me. How could you put Magic Johnson's resume over LeBron's? Like I don't understand that one. How could you? I don't see no way you could put Magic's resume over LeBron's.
maybe I'm just a critic, and I'm being fair, bro. I'm just trying to be as fair as I can because the only thing, the only point to sports to me is winning. And excuse me, when I look at LeBron's resume, yeah, I see the 4 wins. I do, big bro. I promise you, I see the 4 wins. I would be a little nitpicky with his 4 wins because one, the bubble ring. Two, or the other three actually, he ran with possibly, what I'm saying, two or top five guards, of all time. Like I ain't saying Curry, I ain't saying Kyrie top five. I'm capping, but
Well,
Kyrie
you
is
you
the best
you
guard.
you could well, I don't know about Kyrie. That's probably stretching it, but you could say that he ran with a top three shooting guard of all time and Dwayne Wade for sure.
No, and I'm giving Kyrie man. Kyrie is one of the best to do it, and he's also one of the top talents. We're talking like top 10 talents in the league at the time.
He's
LeBron's
not
number
a top. He's not a top 10 point guard.
at the time. In 2016, it was really only him and Curry. Yeah, I mean, like he was getting to the final. I'm gonna say like he was getting to the finals because of LeBron, but he was also getting his. You know how whoever playing with AD right now is the top 75 because he playing with LeBron. Whoever playing with LeBron is gonna get some the same attention with it for whatever reason. But at the time, it was only
I will give you that because Kyrie cooked the hell out of Stephen Curry in the 2016 finals, and that's one of the
mhm.
main reasons why they won.
He was cooking them in game one of the first, in 2015. Like that series was getting ugly quick for the Warriors because Kyrie was getting
Yeah,
busy
they
too.
lucky he got hurt.
But yeah, at the same time, that's why I say, man, it's just
But
LeBron
that's
thinks
when
about.
Curry is obviously by far a greater all time player than Kyrie. But sometimes you got these style matchups where Kyrie is just a bad style for Curry for him. But normally Klay Thompson be guarding him. But what Kyrie does, what Tyronn Lue was doing was that same thing that Luca always does, and Stephen Curry always does as well. They'll keep setting screens until they get the matchup they want. So they'll put Klay Thompson on Kyrie, but then they'll keep setting those screens until they get Stephen Curry on them. And once they get Stephen Curry on them, then everybody get out the way and let him go one on one with Curry because they know Curry can't guard him.
I want to ask you one last thing about this, big bro, and we're gonna move along. um, I would say the one another notch I got to get to Curry is that he didn't have no media attention coming into the league. Let's be real, bro. Like Steph Curry was was a drop in the ocean. You know, we knew his name, but vaguely. But what he's become from what he started at, I say gives him another feather in his cap, and also in the era where everybody's been trying to convince you that LeBron James is the best to ever do it, somehow this little 6'2" dude that man, bro, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I know niggas right now that work at Olive Garden at 6'2". You know what I'm saying? Like Steph Curry ain't nothing special. That's what I'm trying to say. The only thing that makes him special is his work ethic, his drive, his will, the same stuff that we talk about Kobe, Jordan, Tim Duncan, all the killers. You know, we the same stuff. The baby face assassin, bro. He did
Mhm.
it in the middle of the era where everybody and their mama too. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody really speak against LeBron. Everybody was telling you that LeBron was the best to do it, but somehow, some way, this dude over here got 4 rings too. You know what I mean?
I
Somehow,
mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying he's not. I have Stephen Curry is in my all-time top 10. He's in my. He's at number 10, but he's in my all-time top 10. But what you're saying, as far as like him being little or whatever, he's not really that little. Like Allen Iverson was little. He wasn't even 6 feet tall.
come
But
on.
I've
But
seen videos of Stephen Curry, and Stephen Curry is not unathletic like people try to say is either. I've seen this nigga catch alley oops and catch them backwards, dunking like crazy. Like
yeah,
he could probably do a dunk contest if he wanted to. But I wanted to go back to the LeBron thing, like how you was trying to say that Magic's resume could trump LeBron like it does Curry. No, the difference between Magic and LeBron is, yeah, Magic has one more championship, but LeBron has one more MVP. He has one more Finals MVP. And the biggest thing, the most glaring thing that you see when you compare Magic's resume to LeBron's is the defense. LeBron is all NBA defense 6 times, 5 times first team. Magic is zero. Zero. If you go back and then the eye test will show you everything that you need to know. Like you go back and watch the tape when LeBron was playing with the Miami Heat and they went up against the Bulls who had the best record and Derrick Rose was the MVP. LeBron guarded Derrick Rose. He took on that challenge. You go back and look at the 89 finals, the 88 finals when the Lakers played against the Pistons. Did Magic take on the challenge of guarding Isaiah Thomas? No. Did he even take on the challenge of guarding Joe Dumars? No. Magic Johnson looked at Bill Laimbeer. I got him because he knew Bill Laimbeer is not going to get the ball. He's not going to try to score. He's not going to do anything. And then when you go back and look at the finals that he played against the Bulls in '91, he looks at Jordan. No, I'm not guarding you. He looks at Pippen. No, I'm not guarding you. He looks at Little John Paxson. I got him. I got him. Like Magic was on some BS. Like Magic, Magic did not like defense at all, and neither did Stephen Curry. I don't know if Stephen Curry does it. Magic, I think he was doing it on his own, like saying, "Nah, I got the worst player that plays, the worst offensive player on the team. I'm guarding him." I don't know if Curry does that on his own or that Steve Kerr or Mark Jackson was doing it or whoever was the coach at the time. But I know that Curry, every time when they were playing against the Thunder, he wasn't guarding Russell Westbrook. He was guarding what's my man name? Uh I got his nah the I can't even remember his name. That's how trash he was. But he was just like a defensive specialist, and he was guarding him the whole time. He played a cat. He played the Cavs. He's guarding Amon Shepard. Like they had to set picks, and they had to force him to guard Kyrie. He was not trying to guard Kyrie, and
yeah,
that's just what it is. Like when you like with the all time great, and that's why I don't have Magic in my top five. I can't put you to get in my top five. You got to play defense, man. You got to take on those challenges. And if you're
Paul.
not willing to take on those challenges, I can't put you in the top five.
So you hold Curry for not holding the Kyrie. but we all seen LeBron run from KD, bro. We seen LeBron run from KD, push JR in front of KD to catch the Nike promo shot, and you're not.
What?
You want to show you the highlight? You want to show you
Cause
the highlight?
LeBron put
LeBron,
clamps on KD in the 2012 finals when they played OKC in the finals, Miami
no,
Heat.
I said 2018.
Well,
That was
yeah, I mean
the 2017.
but he was like LeBron was like 30. He was like 36 years old. He was old as hell.
Nah, bro. Not when he was in Cleveland. He left Cleveland when he was 33, 33, 34.
Nah, he wasn't. He couldn't have been because he's 30. What is he gonna be turning 39 this year?
Yep, and this about to be his seventh
It's
year.
2023. It's
He's about,
2023. He been with the Lakers. What when did he go get with the Lakers in 2019?
yeah, nigga was born
Nah,
in
he was at least
30.
35 when he was at least 35 in 2018.
He was 34, 35. He started the season at 34 and at 35. But when he was in Cleveland, he
Still
was
older though.
it was 33.
Stephen Curry and Magic was doing that when they was in their 20s.
Man, I don't know, bro. I gonna have to go look back, and I'm
They don't
sure.
play no defense, man. They
I'm,
don't play defense. You know Curry. No, you know Curry don't play defense. They
I,
they thought they was getting off easy by putting them on Lonnie Walker. Lonnie Walker was cooking that nigga.
hey, I remember Turkaloo smoking LeBron's boots in '09. Like this is, and that's a plumber. He was into a bronzexual. He knew Turkaloo would be a plumber to a bronzexual, but cooked they king, and that's what I be saying, bro. Like sometimes the same stuff that we discount Curry for, I can go to other clips and be like, hey yo, like, and I'm not sitting here trying to, because I hate to say this, bro. I see niggas making Curry videos and they be nut hugging, like they don't bring up the intricate,
Yes.
the real stuff that
All they
make.
talk about is his shooting. They don't talk about every other aspect of the game.
That's what I be telling them, and I'm like, bro, listen. That's why I say I had to start off my thing with Curry's impact. It brings a different kind of value. Which when I say uh, it has vibrations even down to like the little league. Like all these little niggas out here shooting like Curry. I don't see nobody playing like LeBron. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not knocking LeBron for that, but Curry's impact has so many vibrations. The man got Harrison Barnes $100 million. He got Jordan Poole $100 million, bro. Nobody knew who Jordan Poole was when he got drafted, bro. Nobody knew who Harrison Barnes was. Nobody knew who Draymond Green was. And all these niggas are eating because they play with Steph Curry. I don't think LeBron got anybody in $100 million contract that just came out of nowhere. You feel me? Like I'm trying to think. Norris Cole, that nigga ain't never got 100 million.
Probably not. Probably not. I mean, but we ain't comparing Stephen Curry to LeBron. I mean,
No. I'm
I
just
don't
saying.
know if you trying to compare it. He don't compare to LeBron neither. But
No.
neither him nor Magic. Like we talking about, that's on another level. Like LeBron he's in his own thing. Like Jordan, it's like Jordan is 100 miles away. LeBron is probably like 75 miles away. LeBron's never gonna catch Jordan, but LeBron passed everybody else.
Mm-mm. I can't say the same, bro. LeBron ain't never won nothing without another 20, 25 point, teammate, bro. And there's been plenty others to do more with less. And
And
I
I'm the
never,
biggest Kobe fan. I would love to tell you that Kobe Bryant is better than LeBron, but I can't do it. I can't do it and be telling the truth. Like if I said that, I'd be lying.
bro. You know what you can do, and I think you did this. I don't know if it was you or somebody else I seen do this test, but you know how you can really value a player. Could you take LeBron off that Cavaliers team and put Kevin Durant over there, and they probably would win a championship as well? I would say yes at that time.
They would be pretty. They would be pretty good, though. I can't lie. They would be, but I don't know though because
Well,
we kind of seen that with the Brooklyn Nets, and they couldn't get out the second round.
no. Hear me out, bro. Hear me
But
out. Because
there was injuries. There was injury. There was never 100%. So I will give you that.
I got one more. I got one more test though. Could you take Steph Curry? Could you replace Steph Curry on the championship Golden State Warriors with Dame Lillard and get the same results?
On the 2015 one,
15, 17, 18, either one.
on the 2015 one, I think they still won the championship.
Nah, bro. Nah,
I think
nah.
they still 2020 2022. Let me see. Twenty
Dame,
twenty two. No, I mean, nah. I think they probably would have lost to Boston, but I don't know. I don't know. Damian Lillard is pretty inconsistent.
that's what I'm saying.
Sometimes he's like on, sometimes he's not. Curry's a lot more consistent than Damian Lillard. So it'd be, but 2015, the 2015 championship, if you replace Damian Lillard with Curry, I think they still win that.
I can't say the same because that's where I say that value come in because that's the same test that I would say you couldn't just take Jordan off the Bulls and put Clyde Drexler there and then all of a sudden that's a
Yeah,
champ.
but that's a bigger gap though. The gap between Clyde Drexler and Jordan is bigger than the gap between Curry and Damian Lillard.
Bro, Curry got 4 rings. Damian Lillard got none. Curry got 2 MVPs. Damian Lillard got none.
Well, when you talk about the gap like that though, it's like you got to go more based off of the eye test. I mean,
Damian
I feel
has
what you're
done.
saying. I think that team, like that 2015 team though, it I don't think that team faced enough. I don't think it faced enough for me to say that they needed Stephen Curry. I would say that
Lillard
yes,
with
obviously
LeBron.
having Stephen Curry instead of Damian Lillard is way better. I'd rather have Stephen Curry than Damian Lillard. Don't get me wrong. I'd rather have him. But if you're talking about the way that they won that championship, like they beat the New Orleans Pelicans, and then they beat the Grizzlies, and then they beat the Rockets, who their only player was James Harden. Is there You can't tell me that if you take Stephen Curry off the team and put Damian Lillard on the team that they're not going to make the finals. They're definitely going to make the finals. At that point, if you're saying that this is going to be different, you're saying that okay, so they're facing LeBron. They're basically facing LeBron by himself. They're not facing like a huge juggernaut. During that whole playoff run in 2015, they didn't face no good team. They didn't face not one good team.
I gotta go back and do my research before I disagree or agree with that. But my argument to you would be I don't well my uh, rebuttal to you would be I don't think Damian Lillard could have got past 2015 LeBron, bro. I don't think. I think if Damian
But he's
Lillard in the
not.
finals,
Well,
if Damian Lillard in the finals,
He's not playing the nigga one on one.
no, I'm just saying the pressure that's like it was certain pressure. And this is another thing I think people forget, bro. Steph Curry has several like highlight reels. Like if you go back and look at his playoff reel alone, bro, he got big shots. The media, you know what I was gonna say to you too, big bro. Like I feel like you got a little subject to the little media because over the years they have pumped up LeBron, you know what I'm saying, gave him too many flowers, and they
They have
diminish everybody else around them, bro. Like dead ass, they
nah.
literally diminish. They tell me one other player they talk about as much as they
Pump
talk
up
about LeBron, huh?
Curry.
They do not, bro. Hey,
Stephen A. Smith talks about Stephen Curry like that's his son. Like he love
bro.
this nigga.
So that's one. Now name another one.
Um, LaShawn McCoy.
Which a football player, bro? Like
He,
Stephen A. don't even really
he,
count,
he's a part of the media. He's a part of the media now. He's a part of the
bro. You
media now.
now
Joy Taylor for sure. Colin Cowherd, another
is
one.
a Colin Cowherd is a bronze sexual, bro. He'll
He's a,
cut. He'll.
he capes for Stephen Curry too. He capes for Stephen Curry too.
My point is that over the years, and this is another thing that they do to Curry. Yeah, if they do talk good about him, they marginalize him. They just say, "Oh, he's a great shooter," and then they'll say all this shit about Chris Paul being a good leader and all this other. Like, do you know what kind of? And this is why I say, and it sounds like I'm nut hugging. I'm really trying to say not cap too much, but just as
No,
far as
nobody has ever said that Chris Paul is better than Stephen Curry. Nobody said that.
no,
Not if
no,
they did, then you might be pulling takes from like 2012.
no, I'm going off narratives. I'm not going off. They say that Chris Paul is a great leader, but the nigga ain't never led nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry, I've never seen
He ain't never led no
leadership.
championship team.
Exactly, and that's the mark of a well, it used to be, I guess, but the mark of
Yeah,
a
it
great.
still is. It still better be. I mean, okay, you got guys like look, wait till once I'm big enough, pause, to actually go at some of these niggas. Niggas like Low is not gonna be able to survive. Like you trying to say that winning don't matter? You need to get the hell out of sports media because the whole reason why sports are played is to win. It's
Yep.
winning and losing. That's the whole reason. Like you can't come out and try to say winning don't matter.
Right. And that's another thing, bro. And we can really segue into the next segment because I tried to convert you, big bro. But I'm gonna just say that for another segment. You know what I mean? Bring up some more Curry facts for you. 'Cause there was so many more I didn't get to. But anyway, did you hear that um, ESPN they had like some kind of blackout in the middle of what I think it was the U.S. Open yesterday?
No, I never heard that.
Yeah, and well, they don't have, to my knowledge, they don't have the ESPN network available at all in New York or Los Angeles. They lost like
What?
15 million subscribers. This is what I'm saying. This is good for business, man. It's beautiful, bro. We were just talking about the media, and
I
I feel
mean, I know we talk about the new media and everything like that, but I like ESPN though, man. I grew up on it.
I
Shoot,
used to,
I
bro.
don't know what I would do without ESPN. Like I need to be able to turn to ESPN to watch Sports Center, and you know what I'm saying. I need this. Like
If you
that's
if you didn't
you
have
you
ESPN, you would just be on running up sports, looking up. You know what I mean? The same stuff you would have seen on ESPN. The exact same stuff. But the matter of the fact is that they
I
doing
don't
it to
know, man. I
themselves,
love
bro.
this.
Huh?
I love ESPN, man. You don't understand. Like I grew up on it. I grew
But
up on ESPN. We all did.
but they doing it to themselves, bro. That's the crazy part. Like, look, I understand if you are you talking sports and it's legitimate takes, and people just not rocking with you. That's not what they doing, bro. And they firing everybody that has an expert opinion that we rock
Yeah, I
with.
don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that how they firing everybody. They need to fire Malika Andrews.
Come
Fire
on,
Malika Andrews. They already got rid of Stage Still. I couldn't stand her ass either. Get rid of them two. Bring back Rachel Nichols. Bring Rachel Nichols back. We need her back.
they can't, bro. She worked with Skip. She was Skip now.
I know I'm seeing that, but they can still offer her some money, man. We need you back, Rachel.
Bro, look, ESPN is on some, I don't know what they on, but they got a woman that didn't even beat her little sister in the backyard in a one-on-one telling you about basketball. You know what I'm saying? And they
Listen, man.
shooting themselves in the foot because you firing everybody that we rock with. The only reason why we was tuning into your network to see what Jalen was talking about, Steve.
Right, Jacoby, Jalen and Jacoby. How you gonna get rid? Like they. What's next? Are y'all gonna get rid of Michael Wilbon? If they get rid of Michael Wilbon, then I'm done. I'm done if they get rid of Michael.
Bro, Stephen, they got one foot out the door. Like Stephen, the ESPN gonna probably not be non-existent in the next 5 years. So that's why I say they're shooting themselves in the foot. But all of those hungry,
But they can't though because when we watch the basketball games, like we gotta turn. It's either TNT or ESPN. So one of
man,
those two networks. So all unless all the games gonna be on TNT,
CBS could pick it up. It's all good. It's all, man. You
CBS
talking
ain't
about
gonna pick it up.
YouTube could pick it up. YouTube.
YouTube.
No, well,
That's
look at it like this. YouTube is the biggest streaming, network on the
It's the
planet.
biggest web. It's the biggest website on the planet other than Google. So Google is number one. YouTube is number two.
So that's what I'm saying. If TV died today, if nobody was ever watching TV again, what would be the next
Don't
best
say
thing?
that.
Netflix
Don't
and
even
YouTube.
say that. Don't even
Say
say
that.
that.
It
Cause
ain't
I
gonna happen. There's always gonna be somebody that watch TV. Like old folks love the news. We always gonna watch for sport, live sports. People got their different reasons for watching TV. You know what I'm saying? But most people be on Netflix or YouTube. As far as uh, entertainment sources. So that's the
I
next
need
best
my
thing.
TV shows, man. How I'm supposed to watch the Wayans brothers?
Bro, if Netflix had if all the NFL games was on Netflix, it would be better for you, bro. It'd be more easy access. You ain't got to go get no NFL tickets. You're like, oh shit, why? I can
Nah,
watch
but
my
I'm talking about like when I'm going to sleep, like how I'm supposed to watch Martin.
on what?
I'm just on TV.
Oh, you better get your DVD player.
Hell nah. The those stop in the middle of the night. Nah, cable ain't going at TV ain't going nowhere, but I don't think it's going nowhere, man.
ESPN
And
is
then
ESPN.
is I don't think it is though. I don't think it is. I think they gonna revamp it. They got some type of plan. They ain't fired all those people for no reason. I think they did that. I think this. I don't know if they did it to get Shannon. If they did all that for Shannon Sharp, that's crazy for one person.
And you know what, big bro? I don't like to get too nerded out on, you know what I'm saying, when I'm talking this, but I just be watching so many business channels and all of, like, you know, I don't know the numbers and all that kind of shit. I like that shit. But we be talking about ESPN's ratings, and for years they have been losing millions and millions of followers, subscribers, all this stuff. It's been under our noses because we diehard sports fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We tap in no matter what. WNBA, NBA, whatever, boxing. But for the most part, the casual fans out here, they don't watch ESPN, bro, and that's why so many of them like low, he just getting on the internet, just saying whatever, literally, and they got millions of subscribers because it's a bunch of
But you
brainless
gotta
ass.
think though. ESPN is owned by Disney though. They're owned by Disney is not about to let that joint die. Like they have a plan as to why they fired all those people. Like they're trying to do something. I don't know what they're doing, but they're trying to do something. I
Hold up,
I guarantee you they're not. ESPN is not gonna die. Like when it comes to basketball, when you want to watch Stephen Curry or John Morant or uh, who else? Whoever the hell else you want to watch, you're gonna have to turn on ESPN to watch it. It's
nah,
still
nah.
gonna be ESPN that you're gonna be watching. They're revamping it. I feel like that it's not going nowhere, man. It's the worldwide leader in sports for a reason. And their website, I mean, it's they still almost always have the most information and you know I'm a boxing dude when I feel like something might be fake or if I don't know something if something is real, I go to ESPN.com. If it's on ESPN.com, then it's real.
Mhm. Nah, I got the app. You know what I mean? I've been rocking. I'm in the same class, big bro. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm looking at it as, if ESPN gonna keep hiring females like Sage Steele, Bomani Jones, Malika
Yeah,
Andrews.
they gotta get rid of that. They gotta get rid of that.
Bro,
As soon as you show that you can't cover a sport that's predominantly dominated by black males and you bashing black males, that doesn't make sense. That
exactly.
doesn't make sense at all.
And it's so bugged out because this is who they promoting. Like they promoted Shorty to host the NBA Finals, and it's like, why? Where? Your
Well,
consensus?
she wasn't doing that at first. I don't know what somebody paid her to do like start tripping or what I'm talking about Malika Andrews. Like I
Yeah,
don't know where that came from, but like how you said I watched your video, like she probably been doing it and been, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But as far as her going on live TV and just like trip maybe she is doing it on her own. She probably is. I don't know.
She has shown the history, and I've had a number of people, kind of tease me about that video, kind of like caping for her or whatever. But it's just a matter of the fact that I'm gonna say this from life
That's a
experience.
hell of a video. Like it's just to give you your flowers, man. That's a hell of a video.
Hey, thank you, big bro. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. You know what I mean. I'll just be trying to put in the work. I got to get back to it. I took a little hiatus, but get back to it. But nonetheless, I've
That
dated.
was some good news. That's that news reporting, man. That's that media journalism. You know what I'm saying?
And you gotta add in real life. That's all I do, man. I just try to take my life experiences. Like I've dated girls like a Malik Andrews. Not as pretty, probably or whatever the case, but just a fairly attractive girl. They ain't really
Gotta
have
put people on notice, man. You gotta put people on notice, man. Things to watch out for.
facts because these women out here they scandalous, man. They pretty faces and all that stuff. This is for the young boys. You know what I mean? That's another
Hmm.
one to get into this to kind of give back to the younger generation. Like just because you got a
Definitely.
face, man. Just because it glitters don't make it gold. So.
Don't think you go.
I feel like Malik Andrews is a pure example of that in the sports world, and ESPN just keeps trying to push her like she's gold, and this is
Yeah,
why they, subscribers, viewers. And I'm sorry, big bro, I hate to be the one to tell you, because I love ESPN too, but I'm not gonna tolerate you know what I mean, y'all sitting here tearing down the black man, because at the end of the day I gotta look in myself in the mirror. You know what I mean? And that
exactly.
back in the day, Stuart Scott, what was my boy Neil?
She would have never. She would have never. She would have never been around.
Come on, bro, they would have checked that quick. Like, and I'm sorry, Stephen A. Smith.
Ahmad
I,
Rashad.
he
Nah.
don't. Stephen A. Smith owns First Take, but he don't be acting like. Ever since they gave him that little suspension, man, he don't be checking that stuff no more. Like he used
Yeah.
to. You know what I mean? He used to keep things in
I
order,
think
but
Stephen A. Smith. He seemed like he focusing more on his podcast. I see him more on his podcast than he on First Take.
before we even get to that, though, bro, I want to say this. Have you tuned into the Skip Bayless's new
Oh
initiative?
yeah, the new like that's a perfect segue over. The first one I watched, they he had Lil Wayne on there, Keyshawn Johnson, and they were talking about what happened yesterday, man. You know what happened yesterday?
No, we're happy. I've been out the loop for a week. It's my first day back into the.
Man, our boy, man, our boy. I mean, I know we falling trying to pick up the pieces, man. But our boy's trying to pick up the pieces, man. Errol Spence he's put in his rematch clause, man. He trying to do it again, man. He trying to do it again. He won't bud one more time. What you think about that?
Uh, if they do it at 154 and he bring his power, then you know what I mean. He might have a chance, but Bud he gotta be. Bud gonna have to have an off day. You know what I mean? Because what we seen in the first fight, uh, Spence got outclassed. It wasn't a matter of a boxing match. It was just, it looked like one dude was on
Ass
this
beat.
and another dude was on this level. So yeah, he got beat down. But my thing is that with Warriors, you can't count them out, because we've seen a number of people come out. Namely, my favorite comeback kid is Manny Pacquiao. So you know, I think Spence put in the work, and him and Derrick James really got a plan. But my thing too, I'm waiting to see what happened with Charlo, because I don't know if Derrick James can be trusted no more.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I mean he did okay with the Anthony Joshua fight, so I guess that was all right.
And Frank
But
Martin,
yeah.
he got
Oh no,
got
no,
Frank Martin.
Frank Martin hasn't fought. I'm talking about people that fought since the Spence fight.
Oh right, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. Frank. Oh, that's another thing. Just to throw this in here real quick, like Frank, I don't know what they doing with Frank Martin. They need to get in his ear. Like if he's not ready for Shakur Stevenson. Like they need to dead that. Like he need to fight somebody else. Like nah. If I
Well,
was a Frank Martin handler and they talking about Shakur Stevenson, no, no, y'all. That's ridiculous. Like you trying to have this man fight Shakur Stevenson? No,
well,
no.
Frank
You're
Martin,
about to destroy his career. He's gonna get destroyed.
he older boxing. You know what I mean? I think the boy I think he might be 29, about to be
Nah, he's
30.
20, yeah, I mean Frank does, but he ain't ready for no Shakur Stevenson, bro.
But he
Shakur
trying to.
Stevenson is gonna hurt. He's gonna and if Shakur Stevenson like destroys him, like it's gonna ruin his whole career. Like you want to keep him away from Shakur Steve. He's not on that level yet. He needs at least 3 or 4 fights more. Give him 3 or 4 fights more. If he's 28, 29, let him get to 31, 32. Like he needs to be at the best that he possibly can be against Shakur. Shakur is gonna destroy this man. Like you don't want that. You don't want it. You don't
Okay.
want it. And one thing, and then that also I gotta throw this in there too. Just you know what I'm saying, just throwing about the boxing. You know I'm Marlow knows basketball and boxing, so I get amped when talking about boxing. The boy Lomachenko, man. Lomachenko's supposed to be fighting Shakur. Lomachenko's trying to fight Kambosos. What the hell are you fighting Kambosos for? You should be
Mm,
fighting. See, it's like, man, the fans gotta put these. They gotta put the spotlight on these BS things that these boxers be doing, man. But I'm sorry for getting off a tangent, man. What were we supposed to be talking about as far as basketball?
But no, it was no more basketball. Originally, I asked you about Skip Show.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
but no, I would agree. I don't know. It's just I knew after the Spence and Crawford fight, it was going to be a bit of a lull because that was the fight that had a bunch of build up to it, much like the Pacquiao and Mayweather fight. After that fight happened, boxing kind of been at a lull. Now,
Wasn't
what we
no
see,
law. It wasn't no law. It wasn't no law. It really wasn't.
well,
You
well,
had
and
Anthony
Marlow,
Joshua came out and fight, and
man,
Usyk just fought,
that
and
old I ain't counting tune up. Now you got to put it. You got to give him a notch on his winning records, but. Nah, man. Till Anthony, AJ, and Wilder, that's the next boxing match. Until that happen, I'm not counting tune-ups. This whole Tyson Fury and what's this dude's name, man, from the
you
MMA?
tripping. I seen
They,
you post. I seen you put you tripping. I seen you post about Devin Haney versus Regis Prograis. That's also another big fight. Like you gotta actually watch the boxing, man. You gotta watch it.
I do, and
I thought you was on it, man.
these MMA dudes, God bless their heart, man. They can't sit with a pure boxer, and we've seen this movie time and time again, and we just keep getting they keep getting
Yeah,
promoted.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. That's gonna be a massacre, but it's gonna be entertaining to watch. But I'm talking about the Devin Haney versus Regis Prograde is gonna be
Oh yeah,
a really good fight.
I got Haney coming out with that. I think Haney gonna go back to boxing outside.
And then of course you already forgot about the huge fight that's coming up this month. Jermel versus Canelo. You forgot
Man,
about it?
I said I did mention that. I said it was a lull until that fight, you know what I mean, came about. Because how long did they had that fight planned? I don't remember this fight being like planned for a long time. I thought they announced it.
I don't know when they planned it, but I know it's a huge fight. As far as Errol Spence and you know what I'm saying, with his rematch and everything like that, I'm kind of upset about it because I want Bud to fight the winner of Canelo versus Charlo. Like
Hmm.
that's the biggest fight in boxing.
Well, I think it's gonna be a rematch before Bud can get that.
I don't think it should be because it's gonna be the same thing. Like, and then as a Errol Spence fan, I'm afraid for him. Like I don't want him to get brain damage or something like that. Like he's gonna get your ass again. I don't see, and I'm saying that because I don't see anything he can change. What can he do different? He's a
Well,
fighter that comes forward. He comes forward. He uses his jab and he goes to the body. Like
well,
he's very good at the fundamentals. When you got a guy that has figured you out like that, he's figured you out. Like he took everything that you had as a weapon, he took it away. Your strength, he took it away. Your jab, he took it away. Your ability to go to the body, he took it away. Like it's almost like you talking about Wolverine, but you take away the antimantium and his ability to heal. What's left?
I mean, a pure warrior, and I wouldn't count
Yeah,
Errol. Man, yeah,
honey killed.
that first fight did look bad. But I hate to say this because I'm not no prophet or nothing. I just knew after what was it last December when Crawford took that David Avanesian fight that Spence sticking around for Crawford was going to work against him. Now, if he would have called Crawford December last year when right after that Ugas fight, uh, I think he would have had a better shot. Telling what would have happened now that we seen the fight actually unfold. But at that time, I think Spence still had his power. I think he was still, Kell Brooks Spence, if you will. But him sticking around at 147 and that dude 33 years old, like his body done went through something. And I never counted the car accidents against him, but I think sticking around at 147 with all that damage still on your body, it's like, bro, you should have been bit up. And I heard Mayweather say the same thing. Like, Spence should have went up when he turned 30. You know what I mean? Like sticking around
Hmm.
for 10.
Yeah, I mean. I don't know, man. I think I don't really think it's like that. I think Spence is what he is, but I just think Bud Crawford is just that good.
No,
That's
same.
just I think he's just that good. I think he's just that good. I think he would have did the same thing to Spence no matter what Spence showed up, whether it was the the Spence that fought Carol Brook, the Spence that fought Sean Porter, the Spence that fought Danny Garcia, whoever. He would have did him just like that because we seen him do Sean Porter like that. We seen him do Sean Porter like that already. Like whoever else you're gonna have him fight, I think if because they're talking about Canelo beats Charlo, he might take the David Benavidez fight. If Charlo takes the David Benavidez fight, I would rather Crawford just take the Thurman fight. Just beat up Thurman because Thurman hasn't been beat up by anybody else but Pacquiao. Beat him up and just have fun with it. Beat him up and wait for Canelo. But Canelo has to take the fight with Bud. He has to.
You said he
That's
would.
the most. That's the biggest fight.
You said he
Is that the?
would.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that, and he has to. He had, and I made a fight. I'm sorry. I made a fight. I made a video saying that he was afraid. I said he was I ain't say he was afraid. I said his fans was afraid because I do feel like his fans is afraid because his fans don't want him to fight. But and it's not for just some reason. It's for the same reason that Spence fans had that we had that look on our face. What happened to Spence? They don't want that. They don't want the same thing that happened to Canelo. So they like coming up with every reason for him not to fight Canelo. I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, for Bud not to fight Canelo, which is ridiculous because it's the biggest fight in boxing.
Hmm. Well, it won't be if Canelo loses to Charlo.
Well, yeah, if Canelo lose to Charlo, then Bud versus Charlo will be the biggest fight in boxing. But at the more I look at that fight, though, I don't see any way that Charlo can win that fight. I don't see it. I don't see his path. His path to victory. I just don't see it. It's like non-existent. Charlo likes to bang, like he likes to get in there and get it. If he gets hit one good time by if Canelo hits him one good time, it's only gonna take one time. He's gonna get hurt.
Hmm.
He's gonna get hurt, and he's gonna get hurt bad. Canelo hits hard. Like you have to be ready for that. And Charlo does not have the defense.
Yeah.
Jermel, and as good as Jermel is, like he just does not have the defense that I feel like he would need to fight Canelo. Like he's gonna get hit, and Charlo he doesn't care. Like he's a fighter. He's a warrior, like you said. Like he'll go. But if Canelo hits him, he's gonna get wobbled. He's gonna get wobbled. I honestly, I don't see any path to victory for him.
Yeah. I mean, I can definitely see him losing. But I will say
But
though, is
Bud is a whole different animal though. Bud is like Bud can go through a whole fight without getting hit like that. I feel like that's why I feel like Bud can beat Canelo. Bud can beat Canelo because he can go through a whole fight without getting hit like that. And he's so versatile. He can switch it up. This and I haven't seen that from a lot of fighters. Like Bud, like he's like on that Floyd Mayweather time. Like if something ain't working out, he could change up the game plan in the middle of the fight. It's not a lot of people that can do that. You hear me, bro? Bro, can you hear me?